There's the voice of God letting us know that you're recording. All right, I'm going to go dark and let you get started, okay?
Okay, great. Hi, my name is Candy Oliveras, and my channel is Candy Palooza. It's wonderful to get to speak with you both today.
Hi there, Candy. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
So tell me a little bit about the series and how you both got started with it.
Okay.
You want to go first? Yeah, you go first.
Go ahead.
Are you okay? Well, I come in later, essentially, because obviously, because I'm one of the actors and the voice director. But yeah, I mean, I got pulled in. We'd heard rumors about this thing that was happening with Peyo and the Smurfs, and it is, it's very exciting because it's almost a national treasure in Belgium. I mean, it has so much pedigree and history. So all of a sudden, and they'd only made a series in the 70s, right? And then they'd made a couple of movies, and then it kind of like went into submarine mode. And then all of a sudden we hear these rumors. And so, we kind of work in the field, so you hear these things, and then all of a sudden you get a phone call and you say, hey, look, there's this casting, there's stuff happening, it's happening, it's moving. And then it just boils. I mean, it's just, you get everyone on board, and it's like this train sets off and everybody jumps on. And everything just clicks, and it's just been kind of between a roller coaster and a big Christmas present. It's been a whole load of fun.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And that's going back a few years,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for me, it goes back to 2016. So I'm working actually since 16 years for the company that holds the rights to the Smurf brand, which is located in Belgium. Yeah, and so we had 3 movies produced by Sony, and we said to ourselves, okay, we need a new series. How are we going to do it? Isn't it an idea to try and produce it ourselves instead of licensing it to a big partner? And we just started to work on how we could do this, and we ended up making it, and we're very proud of the result. But it started in 2016, and the first episodes were launched in 21. So it's been a while.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I absolutely love watching the series. My children have really enjoyed the characters, and it's fun for people our age getting to introduce them to the next generation, right? So when it came to the voice actors and preparing for the roles and who you were feeling or who you were thinking about for each character, what was it about Mark that said he's Gargamel?
Oh well, he just did the voice, and we immediately said, okay, yeah, this is spot on. And next to that, he's also the voice director for the whole cast. So
you can tell me a little bit about more of that then, yeah.
So maybe he can tell a bit more on how that's been for him, casting all the Smurfs.
Yeah, tell us more about that, Mark.
Job.
Well, yeah, I mean, like with any kind of production, the size of this, it's a series. It's got mythical status, so you have to treat it with the respect it deserves. And then there's the fact that these are such quirky characters, and it's all based on slapstick comedy, which is, I mean, you guys in the States know about it because you've wrote slapstick comedy history, with the silent flicks before that, and then this, and then you have a whole culture and history of slapstick humor. So and then we had the series, of course, the first series to kind of like work on. And then the director had his own ideas, and then Peyo had their own ideas. So we kind of, it was like a meeting of minds. And then comes the task of, who are we going to choose? I mean, who plays these characters? So you have to flesh them out, bring in some actors, try stuff out. And then there's like a whole bunch of considerations to have. You'd cast somebody for a particular specific role, and then you'd hear them and you'd go, well, actually, you know what? He'd sound great for this guy instead, So there was a bit of trial and error, and then and a lot of enthusiasm. I mean, the amount of actors that called us just to say, hey, is this happening? Okay, I want to be part of this gig.
Right.
So a tremendous amount of response. And also internationally. I mean, there were, international actors that contacted us and wanted to be part of this. And then at a certain moment, you have to make a choice. And I think the director and Peyo made some choices, and we said, okay, the ball is rolling. Now we make it happen,
Yeah, that's amazing. I absolutely love it. So spot on. Congratulations. So can you tell us about when, as the voice director, obviously you're working with everyone. What do you do for yourself to get yourself into character?
that's the $100,000 question. It's a tricky one. It's conflicting because you're wearing kind of two, you're playing two roles. There's one where you need guidance. You're an actor, you need to have a soundboard. You need to have somebody with whom you can work and trust. So my go-to guy, well, actually, I'll say two things. My go-to people are my children first, who are 7 and 5. And when I prep the episodes, I watch them with them. And it clues me into what works and what doesn't within the episode. So that's one thing. And then I can take notes and say, okay, well, I think these scenes work and don't work, or we can get this actor to do this, or we'll add some little notches here and there just to, prep it up and make it exciting. That's one. And then the other one, when I do play, I find myself on the other side in front of the microphone. What I then do is I work with a sound engineer with whom I have absolute trust. It's a bond that we have because we've been working on many episodes together, and we're friends. Where both of us have the same passion for certain types of music, and we spend time together, and we kind of share the sense that the same, although we're very, very different culturally speaking. But we it works. Basically, in a nutshell, that's what.
Is this on my end?
Did he freeze a little bit on you, Nele?
Yeah, I had some issues, but I hear you fine now.
Okay, good. Okay. Good. Well, yeah, it's amazing. And like I said, it's beautiful work. One of the characters that obviously everybody loves to hate, but you just have to fall in love with Gargamel as well, because he's part of this iconic series. So Nele, you mentioned that, you've been working since 2016, right? Or 20?
On the show, yes, trying to put it together. But for the company, a bit longer than it, yes.
Oh, okay. So with bringing the Smurfs back to life, in essence, what was your position in terms of like making it all happen?
Well, my role is essentially to make sure that the show gets to be created. So that means looking for the financing. That's a huge part of it. And then getting all the creatives on board as well. Choosing the director, choosing the post-production company, choosing people like Lenny. So yeah, and it's in animation, it's quite a ride because it takes such a long time. I think for the first season we worked on it for 2 years in production, but before that you have to do a lot of developing, making sure that all the financing is in place and all the right people are on board to make the show happen.
Well, thank you for really working to get this project going, because like I said, it's beautiful and I love it. And I, for one, am like this. We needed the Smurfs. We definitely needed the Smurfs. So our time is up, and I'm so sorry. I wish I had more time with you both.
Yeah.
Thank you again for speaking with me. It was right. Thank you again. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you so much, and thank you for loving the show.
Absolutely.
That's great to hear. That's why we do it.
Yes. Please don't stop.
We won't.